Hello, everybody. This is a little off my normal posting schedule, but I thought we really need to get this out in the open before it's too late. So I'm just going to put it simply. All of us who are expecting to get Social Security when we retire, we're screwed. We should probably just consider it gone, robbed. I'm about to show you some clips from yesterday, which was the Senate confirmation hearing for Trump's nominee to run Social Security. And this is not good. As you will see from the questions that he's going to be asked, he's either dumb as a box of rocks or is purposely avoiding answering direct questions to prevent himself from perjuring himself in front of the Senate. Either way, this is not good. So I'll let you watch Elizabeth Warren ask a few pointed questions, and then I'll let you watch Bernie Sanders ask a few questions. And notice how this man weaves and avoids ever answering a direct question as to whether he's going to protect our Social Security. The guy's name is Frank Bisignano. He's nominated to lead the Social Security Administration. So just a little bit of background on him before we play the two videos. His main background is from the financial sector. Oh, imagine that. That would lead right along to the plan to privatize Social Security and let investors rob from us. So, a little bit about his background. He has a long and established career with the financial institutes. Over 30 years, over 30 years in that industry. Yes, he has held some senior positions at some major financial institutions like JPMorgan Chase and Citibank. But it would make one wonder why he's still not a senior at some of these places. He served as the chairman and CEO of First Data Corp, where he oversaw its transformation into a technology innovator for the pure and simple fact of eliminating employees. Currently, he's the CEO of something called Fiserv, which is another one of those financial technology services that's meant to eliminate employees. His leadership and management career demonstrates a strong track record in some complex organizations. He has experience in managing large scale operations and driving employees out of the system, thereby reducing or giving the illusion of reducing cost and bumping up profits for his investors. His supporters claim his experience in the private sector is a major asset for SSA. No, it's not. His relevant skills? He has some expertise in managing people who know about finance. He has some background in payment processing. All of that's great and good, but not for a privatized social benefit that we are all expecting. This is absolutely disgraceful that we would even nominate this person, this incompetence, who is continuing to work with the Doge kids in every capacity to figure a way to disassemble the Social Security Administration and somehow suck it into the Small Business Administration. What sense does that make? Anyway, enough. He's going to privatize Social Security, and that's going to lead to more fraud, more abuse. The one thing that I'm really questioning is, the richest man on this planet, why does he even give a fuck about the rest of our Social Security? He's never going to collect it. And it's not like he's ever properly paid into the system. So, enough of my rants. Here, listen to the clips. Stay informed, stay curious, stay vigilant. We're going to have to get into the streets with your canes, your walkers, your wheelchairs, your disabled veterans, the orphaned children. We need to converge. If we need to, surround the White House. Hey, Charlottesville's coming back to mind. How about some pitchforks and torches? I'm gone. Have a good day.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So 90 years ago, Congress passed the Social Security Act, and the deal was simple. You work hard, you pay into Social Security across all your earnings years, and then when you retire, you can count on having those Social Security benefits that you paid for. And now, co-presidents Trump and Musk want to renege on that deal. So DOGE has taken a sledgehammer to the Social Security Administration, firing staff, closing field offices, and pulling the plug on phone services. Last week, the acting commissioner of Social Security, who is openly working with Elon Musk, actually threatened to shut down the entire agency. Now, this isn't about efficiency. Elon said the quiet part about his plans right out loud. Musk said we should, quote, eliminate Social Security. The richest man in the world said that Social Security for 73 million Americans should be destroyed. Mr. Bisignano, you have been nominated to be in charge of Social Security, and seniors need to have a right to know if you're going to protect their benefits. So let's start simple. Say a 66-year-old man qualifies for Social Security. Mr. Bisignano, could the Social Security Administration or Elon Musk or Donald Trump decide to cut her benefits by $5,000 for no reason without a new law passed by Congress?
Is that a question, ma'am?
Yeah, that's a question.
I don't see that happening.
I didn't ask if you see it happening. Could they, by law, cut those benefits without coming to Congress?
No.
No. All right, so let's dig deeper. Suppose this same 65-year-old calls the helpline to apply for Social Security, but he's told about the new DOGE rule, so he has to go online or in person. He can't drive, he has trouble with the website, so he waits until his niece can get a day off to take him to the local Social Security office. But DOGE closed that office, so they have to drive 2 hours to get to the next closest office. When they get there, there are only 2 people who are staffing a 50-person line, so he doesn't even make it to the front of the line before the office closes, and he has to come back. Now, let's assume it takes our fellow 3 months to straighten this out, and he misses a total of $5,000 in benefits checks, which, by law, he will never get back. So, Mr. Bisignano, is that a benefit cut?
Well, first of all, Senator,
Is that a benefit cut? I'm sorry, my time is limited here. That's an easy question, yes or no? Is it a benefit cut?
I have no intent to have anything like that happen on my watch,
I understand that. Is it a benefit cut?
I'm not sure what to call it. It sounds like a horrible situation.
Is the person getting the $5,000 they were legally entitled to?
That was your scenario. And
so are they getting $5,000 they were legally entitled to?
I don't know. I mean, you just told me. Yeah,
look,
I mean,
let's be clear. That you keep $5,000 from them by announcing a policy, it's illegal. But there are backdoor ways to accomplish the same thing. DOGE is considering slashing up to 50% of the Social Security Administration's workforce. That means longer lines, more errors. And for everyone who gives up or who dies before they get their benefits sorted out, those delays and errors also turn into benefit cuts. Elon Musk is the richest man in the world, so he doesn't need Social Security. He'd be glad to get rid of it, but only Congress can cut Social Security benefits, and Elon is trying a backdoor way. So, Mr. Bisignano, if you are confirmed in this job, will you commit to reversing these cuts so that seniors get the money that the law says they are entitled to?
What I will commit to is that I will run the agency and I will be in charge of the agency and I will look at every item you want me to look at.
That's not what I'm asking you. I'm asking you just answered the previous questions by saying you would follow the law.
Yes.
The law is to deliver the benefits that people are legally entitled to. If you don't have the staff, if you don't answer the phones, if you don't fix the mistakes, people don't get what they're legally entitled to. So I want to know, are you willing to commit right now that you will put enough people back to work so they can do the job of delivering the benefits that Americans earned?
I will commit,
yes or no?
I will commit to have the right staffing to get the job done.
To get the job done, meaning delivering the benefits people are entitled to?
Yes.
I'm going to hold you to that.
Thank you. Senator Sanders.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Welcome, Mr. Bisignano. Mr. Bisignano, in your opening remarks, you mentioned that last year the Inspector General reported that the error rate in Social Security was less than 1%, and it was an error rate that you wanted to improve upon. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. But in his State of the Union address, listened to by millions and millions of Americans, President Trump suggested that, quote, millions and millions, end of quote, of Social Security checks are going out to people who are between the ages of 140 and 360 years old. Millions and millions of checks. You've just acknowledged what is true, is that the error rate in Social Security is less than 1%, 99 point whatever of the people who get their checks paid into the system and deserve those checks. So what I want to ask you is, do you think that President Trump was just expressing an outrageous lie, which I happen to believe, trying to undermine Social Security, or was he just grossly uninformed about the reality?
I think what the president was representing, which further was represented again and proven to be accurate, is that there were millions of Social Security records that did not have people deceased.
Let's not play with words. What you have just acknowledged is that in 2024, the Social Security Administration paid out over 99 point whatever % to people eligible. The error rate was less than 1%. Millions and millions and millions of people, 200 or 300 years of age, did not get checks. Is that true?
What I represented was that a 1% error rate in a mission-critical function like Social Security is way too high.
I agree with you.
That,
excuse me, I don't have much time.
Sorry.
President said millions and millions of people. You're saying, and you're right, less than 1%. You want to improve it? You're right. Let's do it. President was lying. And what he was trying to do was undermine the foundations of Social Security by saying the system is out of control. All right, my next question is, Senator Daines made a good point. You call up Social Security today, it's a disaster. Why, if right now it is hard for people to get through in Vermont and all over this country, why do you think the Social Security Administration is now closing down offices and laying off 7,000 employees? And we have heard from Mr. Dudek that he wants to cut up to half of Social Security's workforce. When the department is now understaffed, people can't get through. Do you think it makes sense to lay off half the staff?
First and foremost, I'm not there, sir.
Just answer the question, please. Do you think it makes sense? I know you're not there. Do you think it makes sense to lay off half of the staff when right now it is at a 50-year low in terms of staffing?
Well, I don't know where Mr. Dudek gets his information from, and I don't communicate with Mr. Dudek.
I'll just ask you, I mean, I think what Mr. Senator Dane said was right. Tough to get through right now. I think common sense would suggest that when it's bad now, you don't lay off half your staff. Would you agree with me?
I believe that we can drive efficiency for the rest of our life.
Right.
I also understand that it takes 20+ minutes to answer the phone.
On a good day.
Right. Well, that's the average published, right? It's not how I would report the numbers because I think.
All right, but all that I'm asking, when you have a system that is not working now, do you think it's a great idea to lay off half of the employees?
I don't know if, do I think it's a great idea to lay off half of the employees when a system doesn't work? I think the answer is probably no.
Okay. I now want to ask you another question, more philosophical if you like. I understand, correct me if I'm wrong, and you made $100 million recently in compensation in a given year? All right, my question is not to deal with that per se, but right now, we have 22% of seniors are trying to survive on less than $15,000 a year. A lot of people, older people, living in desperation in America. Some of us want to expand Social Security benefits because we think people should not be living on $15,000 a year. We're concerned about the solvency of Social Security. We want to extend it beyond where it is right now. Do you agree with me that it does not make sense to somebody like yourself who makes $100 million a year in compensation to be paying the same amount into Social Security as somebody who makes $176,000? Or would you work with me to raise that cap so more money can come into the system?
I know